So we're going to talk about the entrepreneur mindset today. How do you get the mindset of an entrepreneur and be successful in whatever it is that you want to create or be successful in business? So I'm a business owner for 25 years now. And I own a construction business, and I own a successful construction business. Now, when you get entrepreneur mindset, how do you get an entrepreneur mindset? It takes time. Now, I think of it as a map, as a road map, okay? You start down here, and you want to end up there. In between there, you stop at different towns, and you gain the mindset of an entrepreneur. Now, let's say persistence. First of all, you got to have persistence. You start out at the town of persistence. We'll call it the town of persistence, okay? Now, you're going up along on this roadmap because it's a journey. Life is a journey, and especially the entrepreneur mindset. To get an entrepreneur mindset, it's a journey, right? So you need a roadmap to success, right? That's why I have this to think of. Roadmap makes you think of a journey, right? You're going on this journey of becoming an entrepreneur and succeeding at it. Now, another one that you're going to have to understand is resilience. See, resilience is another one that you're going to need if you want to succeed in being an entrepreneur. The capacity to bounce back, survive, recover, and even thrive in the face of adversity. Now, let's say right here, this town that you're going to go through is called Resilience, the town of Resilience. And it's not going to be easy to go through there. So you're just thinking that you could just go and bypass the town of Resilience. But if you don't go through that town, you're not going to have the resilience that it's going to take to be successful in whatever goal you're trying to achieve, right? Okay, so you could just bypass it and shortcut it, but the problem is, if you take the shortcut and you don't go through the town of resilience, how are you going to succeed and have a foundation under you when you get to your destination, but you didn't gain resilience in the process? You're going to fall apart. Your business, your goal, etc., is going to fall apart because it has no foundation under it. And I see this happening all the time in young business owners. They want to bypass the hard things to build a strong business. They want to take the shortcut, but got to remember, the laws of success do not allow you to take a shortcut if you truly want to succeed. If you want to be truly successful, shortcuts are not a good thing. And I know that from personal experience. In 2011, I was $1 million in debt, bad debt, $1 million. And I had nothing to show for it. I had nothing to show for it. And I ended up paying that off in about 10 years' time. And going back, when I had that $1 million in debt, I owned like 15 or 20 different people a lot of money, banks and individuals, personal loans, etc. And I had a $30,000 a year net income during this time when I had this $1 million in debt. I ended up getting some training, going to training seminars, etc. Got a lot of coaching, got coached through it, and I paid it off in about 10 years' time. I increased my income and came out on the other side and paid all of it off. So that's why I'm talking about having the entrepreneur mindset. Never give up. That's been my personal experience. Now, the other one that you're going to have is discipline. Let's say one of these towns here that you're going to go through in your journey on your way to success is going to be discipline. One of them is going to be discipline, and it's going to be hard. Discipline sucks, but the after effects of discipline is so freaking beneficial, and it's so satisfying on the other side. Now, let's read what it says here. Discipline is doing what you know you should do instead of what you want to do. Right? See, I see so many young business owners, not even just young business owners, I still do it. And I've been in business for 25 years. I don't really like discipline, but I like what discipline gives me at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, right? So, discipline. You gotta have discipline in order to get to where you want to go on the other side. On the other side of discipline. So beneficial. It's so satisfying. Now, the other one, integrity, is another one. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Yep, that's right. Now, think about the roadmap again. You got this roadmap, one of these towns that you got to go through in order to gain integrity. You got to go through the town. Now, you could take the shortcut again. You could just take the shortcut and just bypass it, right? You got to remember, shortcuts and an entrepreneurial mindset, reaching your goals, whether you don't even have to be an entrepreneur mindset, it can be reaching a personal goal. You don't have to be an entrepreneur in order to need integrity, to need discipline. Get your mindset straight. Get your mindset right. Build character. See, when you get all these things into your mind, and like integrity, discipline, resilience, persistence, those things, when you get all of those things into your mind, that builds character. Now you have capacity in your mind, and you can handle hard things that life throws at you. That's right. Yeah. So if you think about that, we all talk about arriving. Sometimes I talk about you arrive at your destination at the end of your goal. But we got to remember, it's about the journey. See, we don't live in the future. We don't live in the past. We live in the current. So a journey is in the here and now. We only have the here and now. We're not promised tomorrow. So enjoy the journey. Enjoy every day. Even if it's hard. Discipline, all those things. Even if it's hard, just enjoy it and never give up. That's what I did when I paid off that $1 million in debt. I didn't give up until I was through it. It was one of the hardest things that I ever did in my entire life was pay off that $1 million in debt. I had people calling me, I had collector agencies calling me all the time. If a collector agency didn't call me, the day probably didn't end in Y. Back in those days when I owed all that money. It taught me that you must never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Now, here's the other thing. The world is a jungle. Either fight and dominate or hide and evaporate. I wasn't going to hide and evaporate. I was going to dominate. See, the lion is the king of the jungle. We got to be like a lion. If we want to succeed at anything, we got to be strong. We got to get this sword and slay the day. Slay your giants that are in your life. Get the sword because, words have power. So be careful what you put in your mind because your mind hears what you say. Your mind hears what you say and then it will act upon what you tell it to do. So your subconscious mind is very, very powerful. And what I had to do in order to pay off that debt, I had to reprogram my subconscious mind. Because my subconscious mind, while I was paying off that debt, I wanted to go back into debt. Even after I got out of debt, even to this very minute as I'm talking, there's days that I want to go back into bad debt. Now, there has good debt when it's backed by an asset, obviously. Something that you can go sell. But I didn't have things to sell. I had very little things to sell back when I had $1 million in debt. I was so bad. I didn't have discipline. I didn't have discipline. But I had to reprogram my mind and had to install discipline into my mind every day. And I still do every day as I'm standing here talking. I still install discipline into my mind every day to remind me discipline is my friend. Discipline is my friend. Integrity is my friend. Resilience is my friend. Persistence is my friend. That's right. And we can't forget that if we want to get the mindset of an entrepreneur. Stay disciplined and live your best life.